Hey everyone, this is my Patreon proud reaction to the 45th episode of Uchuu Kyoudai, or Space Brothers. And last episode, we finally rescued Hibito. He got back and was able to talk with Muta, and it was great. It feels like we've been on that little arc for a while, so yeah, let's just see what we get now that Hibito's in a much safer position. So, 3, 2, 1, play. Dun, 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 dun. But yeah, what matters is that he did successfully survive. And so did Damien too as well, I think. Thanks, of course, to Brian, who was the real MVP and their help in the rescue. Because Brian always comes through for you. Hibito learned that it really sucks to not have oxygen. He learned that lesson. You really don't appreciate oxygen until it's gone. It's just a matter of when. I did not forget. That's what most of the show has been about. Yeah, leading up to that. Okay. A special person. Shut on, okay. It's a pretty special place. We haven't really spent time in Shut on for a while, so it could be nice. Yeah. Now that Hibito is safe, then we can now shift gears back over to Muta and his adventure. A rocket powered by rainbows. What could go wrong? And see, made it just fine. So clearly Muta knows what he's doing as far as rocket science goes. It's just still a weird opening. It will never stop being a weird opening. Hey Muta, did you know there's a whole bunch of you on the moon? I mean, Oppo, I meant to say there. 5 blue rangers. But what about red and the other colors? You'll name it after me? Okay. I had a feeling that's where that was leading. I mean, not me specifically, but whoever he was talking to. Okay, yeah, I kind of felt like that was where that was building up to. In other words, you know. Yeah, it was pretty obvious at that point. I don't know how blunt he has to be about it. Yeah, throw me a bone here. I'm doing my best. Ooh. Shooting star. Okay. Yeah, she seemed to be happy about it. uh, yes, your attempt has been appreciated. It was kind of sweet, I guess. Then years later. Yes, yes, they are. Shinichi. Like, the sideways is hard to read. Okay. I'm not sure we need the onomatopoeia narration thing going on there. Older brother also becomes astronauts. Received medal for saving. That's a cute cat. What a special day. Now it's gotta have them stand on the moon together and it will be perfect. Yeah. Well, you could have just resized it. Or you could crop one of them. Yeah, size doesn't matter. That's what matters most. And here he is. The visit shuttle. Hello, Muta. Just come on in. Hopefully they have prepared coffee for you. What? What's with the faces? Oh, okay. They didn't know about that, I guess. Yeah, it was pretty bad, but he's fine now, so don't worry. You always miss the important stuff. And you showed him the pictures. Yeah, I guess so. But it's definitely something to worry about now that you know about it, but it's been resolved now. Yes. Shh. Don't tell anyone. Secret. That's the important thing. Very. What? Are you saying she wasn't worried? Oppo. I mean, she doesn't look too worried there, I guess. Okay. There's no time for Nyambo. Are you not worried about your son in space? Well, you don't seem very concerned. You fell in a hole or something. I don't know. No big deal, I guess, to her. Uh, yeah, it's a little bit. I guess that's some high praise. Well, you gotta watch out for those holes. I really think this is a bigger deal than you're making it out to be. It should be to have a very different attitude if he died in that hole. Sure. I don't quite get it, but have fun with it. Yeah, anyway, what about work on your end? Exactly what it's like. That sounds horrible. Yes, exactly. You know, not everyone's good at math. No need to shame. Well, let's take a look at it. That's always good. A lunar telescope. That is pretty cool. Well, yeah, I mean, it's in a much better position. I'll just go up there and build it myself. I don't think he truly understands how difficult that would be at that point. I mean, building anything on the moon would be difficult because of the environments and stuff. Definitely a more relaxed episode than the last one. Thank you for the timeline update. But yeah, congrats. Really does look a lot younger there. Well, I'm remembering deja vu. Yeah, the prom is 2 years ago. Yes, gotta keep that promise. It was a good guy. I figured as much. Man, only 4 years, didn't know it was that short. Yeah, having a telescope on the moon would be amazing if you could actually pull it off. Probably for something more mundane. Mundane Muta. Hmm. What a coincidence. Pretty small. Yeah. It's not about the size of it that matters. I think we talked about that earlier. Ow. But it's there, that's what matters. To get a better, yeah, to get a better look at it. Hopefully we'll find out. Yeah, 45 episodes in, time to get serious. You know, work on your Photoshop skills, make it bigger. Amuta never forgets. Yeah, but you've come a long way. Well, we have plenty of episodes, so I'm sure we'll get to see it. Probably. Hopefully. Those promises are adding up. Random airplane. Yes. The Five Rangers. Okay, so it is a translation of Sentai. I had a feeling it was. Yes. He would be red, yes. She would be yellow. Nita blue. I can see that too. Of course she would be pink. Naturally. I guess she wanted that. And he's green. Because that's what's left. Nothing wrong being green. I agree, but is that what you're bothered by? I like the name. I like Midori. There's an anime slash manga called Midori no Hibi, so. Oh. You said bad news, but present? What? We did not get our Sentai outfits. How unfortunate. But yeah, the title did say it was only be one color, so. She likes purple. Mutahan. Sure, why not? Here's your pink one. If only. If only they got different colors, but no. Maybe the Nintendo Switch that I wanted. And they're like the spacesuits, right? I mean, we've already seen what those look like. But it's cool if they have their own now. Wow, it even comes with shoes. That's pretty great. Yeah, here they are. And they always come in blue, so. And it suits Makabe so well. Or Kenji. I always call him Kenji. I don't know why I call him Makabe there. I kind of wish we could have the different colors, though. That'd be great. But, oh well. They could, like, strike poses together and have, like, a little colorful explosion behind them. It'd be great. I'm sure they do. I'm just waiting to get a good look at them, and there they are. There they are. Looking very good. It also suits Muta pretty well as well. But yeah, looking very sharp indeed. It's all come down to this. We're finally wearing Jack's, spacesuits. Great. Got the Japanese flag on it and everything. I bet you finally feel like the real astronauts now, huh? Such an important moment. I'm sure they are as well. And this would have been more enjoyable with different colors. Like, I would love to see, yeah, Sarika wear a pink one. Yeah, I can live with it, but yeah, a little bit disappointed. Well, Nita was supposed to be blue, right? So he's at least fine. Yes, would have loved to see her in pink. Manager. Komachi. Okay. Komachi, that makes sense. She is interesting, I guess. Yeah, jumpsuits, that's what they're called. Yeah, there was a word for it. Okay. Let's get started. Well, not now, next episode, because this episode's basically over. But next episode. Makes sense. Could turn the lights down a little bit bright. Are you in a... Was Appo in a bag or something? Okay, he's in one of those, yeah, carriers. Fight though. And don't fall in any holes. And that's the episode. I just can't believe how much they did not seem to care at all about the danger that Hibito was in. That was kind of mind-blowing. It was like a more extreme version of what Muta was doing. Because he says, because when Hibito was still in danger, Muta made some kind of comment like, yeah, he's always comes back just fine, you know, it's nothing too much to worry about. But you can still tell he was worried. But they just... The parents just really did not seem all that concerned at all. It's like, oh, what, did Hibito fall into a hole again? Yeah, he's always doing that. Anyway, why don't you look at this comedy show? Even though it's not as funny as Hibito is. Just, that was so weird. I can't help but imagine how differently that scene would have went if Muta was like, yeah, Hibito's dead. He died in the hole. You still think it's funny, guys? I kind of wanted to see that. But, oh well. This would have been a lot less funny to them, I'm sure. That moon. We're gonna put a telescope on that moon. Someday. Okay. That was the 45th episode of Space Brothers, and this episode, like I said, we have shifted focus away from Hibito on the moon to Muta on the ground. Because Muta, he did successfully become an astronaut and is currently going through training in order to actually be able to go to space at some point. And that's kind of what he has to do. And he actually got a nice little present. Got the jumpsuits, the space jumpsuits, which are blue. And the one guy talked about how we had bad news, but I guess the bad news was just that they weren't in the different colors. I guess that's all it was. Because he was a little bit disappointed about that. And I was too, but only because he brought it up. If he didn't bring up the Sentai hero thing and told me what color each one should be, I wouldn't have been disappointed because it wouldn't have got my hopes up. But he did that and then dashed my hopes by giving them all the same blue jumpsuit, which only worked out for Nita because he was blue. But, you know, Kenji, he was supposed to be red. Sarika, that was supposed to be pink. The other girl that's supposed to be yellow. Muta, that was supposed to be green. You know, they all got kind of screwed over. So that's unfortunate for them. Nita was the only one that got anything that worked out in that scenario. But oh well, they were still all very happy to have their jumpsuits. Very exciting moment, very special, very happy for everyone involved. A very important moment. So even if it wasn't as good as it could have been, it was still very special. I guess that's the overall takeaway from that scene. But we also had a lot of Sharon focus this episode, with a little bit of flashbacks from her, seeing her husband and all that. And I don't remember if another show told us that he was dead, but yeah, you could tell pretty quickly by the way it was showing the picture and stuff that he was obviously dead. So no big shocker or anything when they said it. But it's unfortunate. It's not as bad as it could have been because at least he was able to. At least they did have those 4 years, and he did succeed in his dream, you know, of finding that comet and naming it after her. So it wasn't as bad as it could have been, and that's kind of how you should look at it, you know, to stop yourself from getting too sad. And like I said, there was talk about putting a telescope on the moon, which would be great, because I'm not going to pretend like I know much about science and all this stuff, but I would imagine that the atmosphere on Earth probably makes it more difficult to see really far through a telescope, and the moon would not have as much atmosphere. So I think that would probably be the main benefit of having one. It's the only thing I could imagine, because not like the moon's that much closer to anything else. So if I had to venture a guess, I would assume it's the atmosphere that dilutes the vision a little bit of a telescope, and that's where the merits of having one on the moon lies. But either way, they definitely said that it would be beneficial. So I hope they manage to make that happen. I can't imagine how difficult it would be to actually build something like anything on the moon. They've obviously done it because they built the base that they hang out in, but it would just be so difficult to build something on the moon because you have to be in the suit. You'd have to make sure not to puncture your suit or anything, and the lower gravity would make the environment very different to work in than Earth. It sounds like it'd be difficult to me, but I'm sure we can manage it with enough planning and prep and skill and all that good stuff. I'm sure it can be done, and I hope it is. That'd be pretty cool. Sharon definitely wants it to happen. She wants to get a better look at her own the comet named after her, and I hope that all works out. Let's see what else. You know, Muta made a comment about when he was called Gran. He was unhappy because he's the only one that wasn't mentioned in English. I actually didn't really pick up on that at all, that he was using English words for the colors. I probably should have, but no, I did not pick up on it at all until he pointed it out. But now that I'm watching this scene, yeah, he did say all those colors in English. I don't know why he didn't do that for Muta. It's not like green's difficult to say, so I don't know. You can always just call yourself Green, Muta, if it makes you feel any better. Is there anything else to say with the episode? I think I covered about everything that I wanted to get into. But by the end of the episode, they talked about joint training exercises and all that, and that should be fun. So I look forward to getting into that, and I look forward to Muta eventually making his way to space. So yeah. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.